Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. This is my design team project. I will probably upload it in the new year. So happy new year 2018. Woo! It's actually Christmas Day that I'm recording this part of it. But I'm on the design team for the Facebook page Country Craft Creations. That is also the store website, countrycraftcreations.com, where you can find all of this, including the base paper that I'm going to use. Not to be confused with my Facebook page, Coffee, Cake, and Crafting. I know it's a lot of C's, but we got it going on. So this paper collection, and those of you who follow me and those of you who are, my friends in real life, I'm not really a girly girl on my day to day. I can be when I'm on a special occasion or when I'm trying to show off, but my day to day is not a girly girl. Um, I just like to sleep in, to be honest. When I wake up in the morning, I literally have 30 minutes to get up, wash my face, throw a brush through my hair, grab breakfast, and get to work. So, I don't know, I'm a night owl, so I stay up all night and I sleep in. So, but there was something about this paper collection that I just fell in love with. I mean, you can't be named Tiffany and not like Audrey Hepburn. I'm just saying. So there's some quotes in here from Audrey Hepburn. There's some quotes in here from Grace Kelly. There's some amazing, amazing things in here. And I put the sneak peek on the Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creation that said you would want to make this book for yourself, for your sister, for your daughter, for your best friend. This book is going to be about your journey of loving yourself. 2018, we're going to make it all about ourselves because those of us, as a mother, as a wife, as a friend, sometimes we don't put ourselves first. Sometimes we put our needs on the back burner and we forget that, you know what? Hey, I'm important too. So, this is going to be my personal journey of reminding myself that I should be number one. And that's not selfish. That is not selfish because just like when you're on the airplane, when they tell you for the oxygen, put your mask on first and then help others because you can't help anyone if you can't breathe, right? So this is what this is. Love yourself first, and then you can truly love other people. So that's my rant. What really set this off because I had this loving yourself selfie mini album in my head for a while. I just didn't have a paper collection that fit what I'm trying to portray, and this paper collection just, I mean, knocks it out of the park. When I saw this card right here, I knew this was the paper collection for this journey. So this is Beauty Begins the moment you decide to be yourself. Be yourself. If you're silly, be silly. If you're serious, be serious. If you know, you like to wear neon orange makeup, wear neon orange makeup. You know, love yourself. Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. And I'm not even gonna lie, it took me a long time to recognize that. And when I first started doing YouTube videos, I kind of mimicked other people because I was like, oh, my personality, I'm loud and obnoxious and I'm too silly and blah blah blah. Guess what? I got lots of viewers. Okay. So people like my personality, just saying. So once I got out of my own head, um, I really opened up, and that is what I want this journey to be. I love taking selfies. I just started posting my selfies because usually the selfies I just kept on my phone. And, my friends would say, why do you have 5,000 selfies in your phone, but I don't see any on social media? You know what? There was no reason other than, oh, I don't think it looks cute enough. But guess what? I got out of that, and now if you guys see on my pages, I have millions and millions of selfies, and so my friends created a selfie monster. So that's what this journey is. This journey, we are going to try to fit as many selfies and as many positive sayings about your selfie. You're going to journal in this, which is something we rarely do. We're going to journal something positive about ourselves. I would love to fit 31 selfies in this album, but we'll see because I don't have a plan for the album as usual. So we'll see. My birthday is the end of January, so I want to make this album, and then on my birthday, this is my gift to myself. So there you go. So you saw the paper there. This is the ephemera. Some lace, and you guys go watch the haul video so you can see everything, other than this quick little thing. And I'm just using a lid off of a storage bin that I don't know where the bottom part is, and I just lay my ephemera on that so I can see everything at once. Um, in true Tiffany fashion, I actually am constructing the album before I do the matting. Um, that's just my strength. Construction is my strength. Matting I'm working on. I think I did a pretty good job with my last couple albums. So that's what I'm doing. If you're, I know there's a couple people who their strength is matting, and so they take the pieces and they lay it out on their desk, and that's how they determine what page size they're going to have or how many pages or this, that, and the third. Um, that's a super cool way to do it too. Sometimes I wish I had that strength, but you know, you gotta work with what you got. So my first inspiration is coming from the November Craftology box. It is the brown card you see in front of you. Um, it opens up like so. So I want to include this somehow in there. Not this particular one because I'm not using craft paper. I'm using the cream artisan linen paper, which hands down, you guys hear me say it 8,000 times. I love the linen paper because it is super thick, it's textured, it doesn't crack, it's inexpensive, it's all on the countrycraftcreations.com. So I'm using that. I forgot where I was going with that, but that's what I'm using. My other inspiration was the Brad pack that I received. It's kind of the same thing. It opens up like that. So, you know, I'm going to do something with that. And I love how this card, because in the Craftology boxes you get card bases, I love how that looks. So we might do something with this. I don't know. So first I made this little element here because I just wanted to see if I could do it. I think I'm going to make my pages, I had in my head where I was going to make my pages, but I don't. I think I'm going to do them 6 by 6 just because you can get 2 pages out of a 12 by 12. This one is actually, I think this is 5 by 5. Yeah, this is 5 by 5. So I think I'm going to do my pages 6 by 6. I can get some more pictures on there, but this is just going to be an interactive element. I don't know. I may do different page sizes. I don't know. So this, to make this particular page, it is 12 by 5, scored at 5 and at 10 and an eighth to give you this extra little score mark. So I scored it at 10 the first time, and then it just didn't give me enough room to close it. So 10 and an eighth was perfect. So you can do it 10 and 10 and an eighth if you want to have that little gusset, but if not, then definitely just do it at the 10 by 10 and 8, 10 and 1/8, sorry. So that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and make my base pages. What did I just say? I was going to do 6 by 6. So mine are going to be your basic pocket pages. I'm going to use the hidden hinge, normal hidden hinge that we've all done videos on. I'll try to link that in my video as well. So to make my standard page, I'm going to cut mine at 6 by 12. I need 5 base pages, so you get 2 out of 1 sheet of 12 by 12. So this is 6 by 12 and 6 by 12. So I don't need this piece, so that's going to go in my interactive pile. So this book is going to be all about me. These are all the flaps that I love to make. Ew, I scored these really weird because they don't match. So what did I do here? Okay. I don't know why I didn't score them or cut them correctly. So just make sure they are exactly 6 by 6. 6 by 6. Apparently I can't cut and talk at the same time. I'm like a sliver off. So that means some of them may be a little less than 6. No? I don't know what I did here. But they need to be 6 by 12. Okay, so unless the paper was just slightly bigger, I don't know what I did. Whatever. Okay, now they're all even, so when I make my book, they will match up. So now I'm going to score them all at 6. You can use your paper trimmer or you can use your scoreboard. I'm going to use my paper trimmer. Nothing fancy, just score them at 6, and we're going to lay that to the side. So the linen paper, there's several different colors. I buy a ton of the black because I like black base pages. I think black and cream. I stepped out of my comfort zone a while ago and I bought red paper and I used a ton of it with the Doodlebug Milk and Cookies collection. You guys saw that. I also have the gray and I think I have the navy blue for projects that are on the back burner right now. Yes, yeah, those are the colors I have. So all I'm doing is folding the pages in half so I have a 6x6 square. And I'm varnishing them, okay? Don't forget to varnish. You know, I really do need to buy a craft light for my desk because you guys can see the shadow. This shadow right here is my camera setup. But it is what it is. I forgot to put it on my list for Santa, so yeah. Because I was truly spoiled this Christmas, and I fill my Amazon wish list all year round because, you know, my family doesn't live here with me, and, you know, the crafting world, there's certain things that you like, certain things that you don't like, and, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I forgot one. So I fill up my wish list, and then I also like to see how expensive I am. So I kind of just window shop on Amazon. So I got a lot of the things on my list. I mean, a ton of stuff. And I was so grateful and so excited. Like, I got a new cordless hot glue gun and a little mini kids sewing machine because I do want to start to sew, but I'm not ready for a big girl sewing machine yet, so I need to go with the kids version. And I got like the little hot glue gun holster and that kind of stuff. So, and some slippers and a foot soak. Oh man, I should have that foot soak right here while I'm doing this craft. Anyway, okay, so we have our 5 pages. You can do 6 pages if you want. Tammy made a really good point that nobody's going to notice that 6th page missing, and you save money on that page because it's just another page you have to use a base page and decorate. So is, you know, with all the elements we use, nobody misses that page, to be fair. So I'm going to use my 1/8 of an inch square tape, and I'm going to make my pages, I don't know if I want to make extra tags that will come out of the top, but I'll give myself the option. So I am just going to put my score tape on the inside here, just on the bottom, so I can seal it up. If you don't want an open pocket, then just put score tape on the top and the bottom, and your page will be completely sealed once you attach it to your hinge. So I'm gonna right now keep my options open, so I'm not gonna seal that top, and I'm not sealing this shut until I'm ready to put it on the hinge, only because to be honest, I might put the pages upside down. So if I seal it, then I'm stuck with the page the wrong way around. if I don't seal it and I accidentally put my elements on upside down, I can just leave the backing on this tape and then put it on the other side. Make sense? Clear as mud? Because, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I sometimes do that. Whatever, this one's not exactly folded correctly, but we'll be fine. It's probably gonna be 1/8 of an inch smaller than the rest of the pages because I didn't score correctly and I can't manipulate it for some reason. I'm just being dense right now, I guess. But whatever. I ain't got time for that. Okay. So, yeah, we're just putting score tape on. And for those of you who know how to make pocket pages, I will put in the beginning of the video where you can fast forward to, but I like to do my books in real time so you can see how long this is truly going to take. Or, you know, at night when you're up and you want to watch a crafty video but you're not crafting, yeah, you can sit here and watch these long videos. So I'm just going through and making sure I have mine all on the same side. So that way I know which is the bottom. And that should go that way. Okay. So my book is going to open like this. So we're good. Okay. All about me. What do I like? Well, first I like this flat. So somehow I think I'm going to put this after I mat and just have this extra little element. So that's one. I love flips and flats, and so since this is all about me, we're gonna flip and flap it up. Okay, so I think my first page, I want to have, I think I want to put 4 mini selfies, and I want to cover 2. So when I say like that, I mean, here's one of my big old selfies. Y'all see, I want to have like 4. So what are the smallest sizes? 3 by 4. So my picture mats are going to have to be, we can do the 2 by 3s. So this one I need 2 by 3 selfies. This is just to remind me. So I want to cover it up 2 of them, so I'm going to do 2.5. It can't be 2 by 3 because then they're going to touch. So my selfie, I have to crop it to 2 by 2 7/8. So I want my mats to be, I think I do want my mats to be 2 by 3 though. Yeah. Okay. So my first mat is going to be 2 and I'm trying to decide if I want 2 1/8 or 2 1/4. Let me cut it at 2 1/4 and let's see if that's what we want. 2 1/4, and I'm going to cut it by 3. No, I'm not. I'm going to cut it by 3.5. Just so I can have that 1/2 inch score mark on there. Let me see if I like it. So this is so tiny. It's so cute. Okay, so okay, my brain just I need to stop thinking right now because I'm like, oh wait, I can do this and this. I need to focus 1 page at a time. So I like that. So I'm gonna do 2 1/4 by 3.5. So 2 1/4 by 3.5. I can get 2 out of this. I'm sorry, 2 1/4 by 3.5. Yeah. So 2 1/4 by 3.5, and we're scoring it on the 3.5 side at 1/2 because we want this little flap in. Okay, let me write these measurements down while I'm doing this so that I can type them up for you guys. because if I don't, then I won't type them up. Where's my paper? Ah, okay, here we go. So, alright, so our base pages, they were 6 by 12, scored at 6 on the 12-inch side. And then this, I'm going to call this, I don't know, the insert. This was 12 by 5, scored at 5 and 10 1/8 on the long side. Okay. And now page 1 flaps. They are 2 1/4 by 3 1/2, scored at 1/2 on the long side, so on the 3 1/2 side. And I'm going to put I'm just going to put 2. Yeah, I like that. So, because you can actually put bigger selfies here. So that's what I'm going to do. These are my page 1. And I'm not going to put anything down because, you know, I got to map first. So I'm just going to write on these because I'm going to mat it. So that's my page 1 flaps. Okay, so that's how my page 1 is going to look. Page 2, I want to have this. Yes, I want to have this. Whatever this is, we're going to have it. So this is 4 1/4 by 6. So I'm going to change it to, I'm going to cut just a sliver off, so 4 1/8. No, 4 1/4 by 5 7/8. That's what I want. So page 2, 4 1/4 by 5 7/8, and is 4 1/4 or 4 1/2? 4 1/4, so I wrote that wrong. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 5 7/8, and I'm going to score it on the short side. So on the 4 1/4 side, we're going to score it at 1/2 because I want a long pocket. Not a pocket, I want a big flap. So I scored it, I'm going to fold it, and so this one is going to have a title, some type of title up here, and then it's going to flip down to reveal the selfies. That's what I like. And to be fair, I think I want something else to open on that. So I want to add, what do I want to add on that? I want to add half of that. So half of that would be, let me find my center. I'm not going to math. I'm going to let Tim Holtz do it for me. So if I put it here, and of course it has to be one of those wonky measurements, but that's okay. We're going to do here. And so I want something that is, we're going to call this 2 7/8 is half. Okay. I got to do some math in my head right quick. Okay. So 2 7/8 plus a half would be 1, 3, 5, 7. Quarter, quarter. Okay. So I need a piece that is 3 3/8 by 3 3/4. Okay. I'm going to do the easy measurement first, which is the 3 3/4, and by 3 3 3/8, I think I said. So that's the tick mark in between the 1/4 inch and the 1/2 inch. I think that's what I want, because I want it to be able to fold over like this. So now I'm going to score it at a 1/2 inch. Yep, that worked perfectly. Okay, so yep. So we scored on the 3 3/8 of an inch. That's what I want. So that way it comes out and it's half. Okay, that's how I want it. Okay. So that way when we make this, we're just going to flap over, and then this is going to flap down. Okay, so this is page 2. Get my pencil. Page 2. Okay, did I write that down? So we had 3 3/8 by 3 3/4, and then we scored at a 1/2 on the short side, so the 3 3/8 side. Okay. Dude, we're already 25 minutes into this. I'm so sorry. You're going to do this a lot faster because you're going to have all of your measurements, and you'll be fine. Okay, so page 3, since I have that, I'm a visual person. I need to see this laid out. So I'm going to have the page is going to flap down, and I'm actually going to have it flap. I think I'm going to have it flap to the left. So I want to have something flap to the right. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing for this page, but I'm going to put this piece on top. Yeah, that's what I want. So 4 1/4 by 5 7/8. Okay, 5 7/8 and 4 1/4. And I scored it on the short side at a 1/2. Okay. And then I need my piece. That's too small. I need my little piece that is 3 3/8 by 3 3/4. Sorry, I was trying to get my paper and be nosy what my family was doing at the same time. Okay, so 3 3/4. I don't want to cut this whole piece, but I might as well because I can use it somewhere else. By 3 7/8. 7/8 is what? 1, 3. 3 3/8, excuse me. So the tick mark between the 1/4 and the 1/2. And we scored it on that side at a 1/2. If you want easier measurements, just make your page a little bit bigger. You know, if you don't want to deal with these 1/8 of an inch whatevers, don't make your life hard. Make it easy. I don't mind the 1/8 of an inch marks because I have my Tim Holtz cheater ruler, which I don't know if you can see, but you see these little dotted lines, those are the 1/8. So, you know, I'm not even gonna lie, before I got that ruler, I printed out from Google the rulers that have the marking, so you know what is a 1/16 of an inch, what is an 1/8 of an inch. That's what I did. So if you don't have the Tim Holtz one, then go ahead and just print it off from Google. It's free. Okay, so this one's going to flip down and this one's going to flip up and to the right. Okay, so right now I like that. I don't know if I'm going to like it when I start matting, but for right this second, I like it. So this is page 2 and 3. Here's my Cliffy. Okay. So I'm going to put that to the side, and all my little notes here, page 2 and 3. Okay, page 4, we're going to do, I don't know why I'm flipping it like it's going to be anything different, but page 4 and 5, I want, let me look at some of the elements on the page. Okay. Let's make it, you know what? I like it, the big pages. So I think pages 4 and 5, I'm just going to leave blank because I feel like we can put that there and then your selfie over here. So yeah, page 4 and 5, we're just going to leave blank. Okay, page 4 and 5 done. So let me write that on my notes so I'm like, ooh, what did I do with page 4 and 5? 4 and 5, I'm writing blank, use ephemera. Okay. 6 and 7, we're going to go back to, I want something weird on page 6 and 7 because that's my personality. I want to cut the page in half. Yes, I like that. So I'm going to use this piece here. This is 3 3/4 by 6 1/2. Let me cut this 6 1/2. And we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. So that way I can have my cut page. I'm probably going to cut off a little sliver so that way it's not hanging over. But I will do that when I'm decorating. So this was 3 3/4 by 6 1/2 scored at 1/2 on the 6 inch side. Okay, page 6, 3 3/4 by 6 1/2 scored 1/2 on the long side. Okay, that's going to be that page because I feel like we can put a cut apart on this and then open up and have selfies. So this one, do I want to have, yes I do. So on this page I want to have another one of those plus another flip. So let me see if I can get 6 1/2 out of this. Okay. So I'm just doing another 3 3/4 by 6 1/2, and I'm scoring it at 1/2 on the long side. Oops, I was almost cut it. Okay, so I have my vertical flap, and I think I want to have something coming down, so I want, but I don't want it to be the whole page. So I want, I want this much. However much this much is, that's what I want. And that much is what? 3 1/2. Okay, so we're gonna do yeah. Sorry, I have to, before I tell you this measurement, I just want to make sure this is what I want. That's exactly what I want. Okay, so we're doing 4 by 4 by 4.5. Yep. So 4, right? Is that what I said? Yeah, 4 by 4.5. And we're gonna score it on the short side by a half. Score a half on the short side. Okay, so that way it's gonna flap to the right and flap up. So I think I have to turn the page because I just wrote it in my notes the other way around. Which, okay, yeah, obviously I can change my notes, but sometimes you write stuff on purpose, and yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Okay, so this is page 6 and 7. We are chugging right along. Where are my clippies? Okay, I have like 27 boxes of paper clips, and of course, I can't find any of them. Here we go. Alright. This is page 6 and 7. And again, I'm just going to write right on here because we're going to mat it. Okay, page 6 and 7. So what do we have? 10 pages, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't just. Yeah, because on page 1 we are putting. Oh no, you know what? We aren't. We got to incorporate our this piece here. Maybe I'll put that at the end. Maybe I'll put that on page 10. So I'll leave that alone right there. So 6 and 7, so pages 8 and 9. I'm not a big fan of pockets for this album, so I don't think I'm going to do any pockets, like a full pocket, but we can definitely do a half pocket with an insert. Let's do that because I want to use these scraps. I hate having scraps. Now that I did my craft room cleanup, I'm going to be using my scraps, and then because anything I don't use, so I keep the scraps for the full project, and as soon as I'm done with the project, all of those scraps that are smaller than the 3 by 5, they all go in the trash. That, you know, that's my New Year's resolution, to keep up with that. So far, so good. So we're going to go ahead and use the scrap that I have here, which is 2 by 6, but I don't know if that's going to be fat enough because I want to score it at a half. Oh wait, here's a bigger scrap. Okay, so this scrap is, oh, perfect. Okay, so you need 2.5 by 5 7/8 because we want it just smaller. And you're going to score it at a half on the short side. And actually I made a flap and not a pocket, so that's not going to work. It's not going to work because we don't have the extra space to make it into a pocket. So we are going to make this into what? Should we do a faux pocket? But then my insert's going to fall out. Let's make this a something. Because I don't want to take another inch off of this and then it would be 5. I mean, I guess we could. And then we can include this on the other side so that way they match. Okay, let me see how that looks. This is just pocket making number one. You're going to add an inch to the length and a half an inch to the width of what you want. And then you're just going to lob off or miter the corners so that way your pocket has, you know, a pocket where you slide it in. So I think I might want to do this little, I don't know. I don't think I like that. This would have to be this way. I think it's just too busy. So we'll hold on to our little pocket here. We could always use it on something else. So I don't want to do that. I do want these pages 8 and 9 to have the pocket in the insert. So I need 7 by 2.5 is what I need. Perfect. I need 2 of them. So 7 by 2.5. See, before I would keep these little scraps, these 1/2 inch of scraps. I'm going to keep it for right now just in case I need a little piece to fix it. Oopsie daisy. But once this book is done, it's going in the trash. Okay, so these are 7 by 2.5. And we're going to score them at 1/2 on 3 sides. So both short sides, 1 long side. Because we're making that pocket. Yeah, I think that's going to make me super happy here. And then we'll go ahead and make our inserts right now for this. We're going to make our inserts, let me think. You may have to cut your pocket down because this is going to make it exactly 6. So I'm going this way. So what I like to do, because I don't like to math, is I'm going to cut the sliver off of the piece where I've already scored, and I'm just going to rescore it at 1/2. So that way I know that it's still perfect and I don't have to math. So I cut off about 1/8 of an inch and I just rescored it. You guys can figure out that math if you want, but I'm not. Yeah, see, now it's perfectly, it gives me about 1/8 of an inch border from the top and the bottom. See there? Okay, so I need to do the same with the other one. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off that sliver and then rescore it at 1/2. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. So Kim over at Kim Can't Stop Crafting, she's also in the design team. She got the same paper collection, so I'm not even gonna lie, but I was like, you know, she's an amazing, amazing artist, and she mats like there is no tomorrow. So I'm kind of like, you know, I'm making this like a little competition that she doesn't even know that she's in, you know, because I really want you guys to love this book. And, you know, I love Kim's work, so I know she's going to do something amazing. She's going to blow it out the water, but I just want to make my book comparable to hers. So this is my little competition here. So page 8 and 9, we have the 2.5, 2.5. Oh my gosh, I can't write it too. By, here's the true measurement. It's 2.5 by, oh, it's a perfect measurement. 6 7/8, and it is scored at a half on 3 sides. So 2.5 by 6 7/8 scored on 3 sides, 2 short and 1 long. So you make your pocket. Okay. And your inserts, we are going to do you know what? We might make these our inserts. How about that? I don't know if I like that or not. Excuse me. No, I don't like it. So we're going to do, our inserts are going to be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, but I think I want to make booklets. So what we're going to do is make this hold on, let me work this out and then I will tell you the measurement in just a second. I think I'm right, but let's see. Nope. Okay, so we need this right in the middle of that. I'm gonna make sure. Okay. Let me, for some reason I'm not manipulating paper today. And you guys know that is my thing, but the paper's being the boss today. So I cut my paper at 5 7/8 by 11 7/8, and I scored it at 5 7/8, so that way I have a perfectly cute rectangle. But I think I'm gonna chop it down. But I'm gonna write that down so that way you can decide for yourself. So my inserts are 5 7/8 by 11 7/8, scored at 5 7/8. So let me make another one. So 5 7/8. It's just a hair shorter than the 6. Whoa, I just almost made a big mistake. Okay, 5 7/8. Because I'm making booklets. So 5 7/8 by 11 7/8. So right before the 12. Scored at 5 7/8. So you have that perfect square. Okay. And then I'm going to take mine just a little step further, and I'm going to cut off a hair, probably another 1/8 of an inch off of mine, because I want it that much smaller. You don't have to do that to yours if you don't want, so it would be 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. That's up to you. So I just really love this trimmer because it has that 1/8 of an inch marking on the track. I don't know if that was intentional or if it just worked out that way, but I love it. Okay, so these are going to be my booklets, and I love it, and I'm happy for it, and boom. Page 8 and 9 done. And then page 10. So it's not too bad. This book is an hour in real time just for the construction. Oh no, this is page 8 and 8 and 9. Where's my clipping? Page 10, I don't know if I want to add. I just want this somewhere in my book, but I don't like it anywhere. Oh, but you know what? It sure can be a waterfall of some sort, like a matchbook. How can I make this a waterfall? I can add the papers in there. Let me see something. I think I want this as a matchbook. Okay. I'm going to move my staples down. Matchbooks have staples. I have a fancy, I have gold staples somewhere that I'll probably use. Actually, I have pink staples too somewhere. Alright, let me see how I want this matchbook to look. I'm going to take the staples out and cover it with paper, so I don't care if I'm getting holes in it right now or if my staples are crooked or whatnot. Not caring about that right now. We'll cover it up. Okay, so I want this to be my matchbook, so I need to cut off a little bit so that way I don't have this buckling. Yeah. So I'm going to cut off 1/8 of an inch to start with because I can always cut more. Okay, no, that's perfect. I think this is what's throwing me off for my matchbook. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side because at first it was my inspiration and then I feel like I don't like it. So, because I was going to do a matchbook and then do like a small little like something on the inside. Let's see. Because this is going to have to flip up. I think if I put a fun piece right there, maybe that'll make it a little bit better. And then I can have, let me see if I want a waterfall in here. I might want a waterfall. I love waterfalls. And this book is all about me, so why not? So let's do, let's do 4 7/8 because I want it to be smaller than the matchbook. So 4 7/8 by, I want it to be the same size as this paper here. So this is This is 4 7/8, but I need to add that 1/2 inch so I can score it. So 1, 2. So by 5 3/8, which is the tick mark between the 1/4 and the 1/2. So 5 3/8, the tick mark between the 1/4 and the 1/2. And then I need to score that at a 1/2. I don't, you know what, maybe we'll have a cascading down waterfall. I don't know. Let me play with this real quick because I'm not sure if I want a waterfall here or not. And then score it a 1/2. And then let's see. So it would look like this would be here. Let me get some tape runner. Real quick, just so I can see. I'm a visual person. I don't know if I said that before, probably. But I just need to see what's going on here. Let me see how I like this look. Alright. So be like that. Obviously it won't be crooked when I'm done. But this is just regular cheap tape runner. If you don't put a lot of it on, you can peel it back up and it will be fine. Because I can put a cute saying or my name or something in between the gaps. So let me see how I like this. Just line it up and smush it down. You know what? I think I might like this. But it's not going to work out because of the... Okay, so I can't have a waterfall on that side. Who said it has to be a waterfall, though? That's my book. Maybe I don't want a waterfall. I mean, because the pages would have to be smaller, 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 unless I put them on top of each other. I don't want that. It's, I'm getting annoyed with it. So, let's do this. I'm just going to do a 3-page waterfall on this. See, when you start getting frustrated, just stop. You know, trash that idea and come back to it later. You can always use it. I can use that as a card base. I just got to take the staples out. You know, don't let your book frustrate you, especially when it's your own creation. Yeah, I'm just going to do a 3-page mini album, or waterfall. That's what I'm going to do because I like it. So again, we have 4 7/8 by 5 3/8. So I'm just going to cut this down. 1, 3. I probably should have cut it the other way, but I would save more paper. What else? And okay. Is that the same size? Did I do that right? Yay! Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So page 10, we need 3, 4 7/8 by 5 3/8 scored at a 1/2 on the long side. Okay, that's my waterfall. And I don't know what I'm going to put on the back covers, so you guys will see that in the walkthrough video. When I start matting and whatnot, I will put it there. So we'll find out. So stay tuned. So you see this book only took an hour to make the construction, you guys will probably take about half an hour since I was making this up as I go. Okay, guys, bye.